Excellent morning, boys and girls. Are you happy to be in school today? Oh, yes, I am. 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 So, now I want us to play a little game, okay? Now, if I say learning is, you say fun. Okay, that is always going to be our introductory perspective, all right? If I say learning is, you say what? Fun. What that literally means is what? Learning is fun. Well, not necessarily fun, but we can say learning should be fun. Yeah, of course. We cannot say learning should be fun, right? Oh, learning should be fun. Learning time is not a time we'll come and we're like boring. No, not really. We're all gonna sleep off. So we don't want to sleep off, okay? So learning is what? Fun. Learning is what? Exactly. Learning is what? Fantabulous. Learning is what? In fact, you are an omninoer. You know everything, okay? So learning is what? Fun. Or learning should be fun. Learning time should be a time of enjoyment. I so much believe in learning and play. I don't know why. People tell you, when you learn, yeah, of course, you need to pay attention, but we need to, we don't need to be looking all serious and as if we're going to fight on somebody's head for a week. Not really. So, now, today let's talk about something very exciting. Triangles. Some people are like, oh, Mr. Emmanuel, I know triangle. Wait for it. Now, before you conclude that you know what a triangle is, I want to test your knowledge of what a triangle actually implies. See, let me give us a little advice. There are some topics that when we are doing them, it ends in primary or elementary school. Yeah. There are some topics that when we are doing them, it ends in what? Primary school. But there are some topics that you will keep doing them all the way to your high school and even probably to the university. Triangle is one of those topics. If you don't take this topic very seriously, I want you to start taking it seriously today. If you have never taken what I will tell you about triangle today will shock you. I always like to shock you. What I will tell you about triangle today, this triangle you are looking at, is it not triangle? Is it not triangle? What I'm going to open your eyes. What I'm going to tell you about triangle today is going to marvel you. So better listen. Triangle does not end in primary or elementary school. Let me say it and say it very well. Triangles does not end in primary or secondary school. In case you don't take it seriously. Triangle, you will do triangle all the way to your SS3 as far as the Nigerian educational system. What is even Nigeria said? Not only Nigerian. If you have brothers, cousins abroad, ask them, do they do triangle in their high schools or secondary school? They will tell you yes. So it's basically the same curriculum. But the point I'm trying to make is that, let's take, I know triangle. Some of you thought, triangle, well, is it not have base times height? I know. Yes. Is it not have base times height? Wait. Triangle is more than half base times height. Triangle is one topic that is too vast, it's too wide. You can't just encompass it. Now, there's area of triangle, there's perimeter of triangle, okay? There is Pythagoras theorem in triangles. Let me just be exposing us a little. Let me telling us some things that we don't know. But the summary of what I'm saying is, please, let us take triangle very seriously because it is a topic that is very wide. Now, what do I mean by a topic that is very wide? I know in your secondary school, you will hear of what they call trigonometry. Trigonometry is the study of triangles. Yes, so you see this trigonometry? This is when you start hearing things like so, ka, tua. Hey, I've scattered some people's head. This is where you hear things like what? So, ka, tua. Now, I know someone will say, Mr. Man, what is so, ka, tua? I will tell you, but not today. It is also part of triangle. This so, ka, tua you are looking at is also part of what? Triangle. But that one is for high school. It's waiting for you in your secondary school. It's cooling in the freezer. You understand? When you get quite simple, it's very simple. But it will only be simple if you get to understand what I'm about to say here today. If you understand what I'm about to say here, and you also understand Pythagoras theorem, that topic is very easy. I'm still going to teach you guys Pythagoras theorem in the coming days. But for today, let's look at the area of a triangle. Now, first of all, let's introduce the lesson. First of all, triangles are plane shapes that have three sides. The word triangle, looking at triangle, anything tri means three. Anything tri means what? Three. It not only does it have three sides, it has three sides. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Triangle has what? Three sides, okay? With what? It has three straight sides and three angles. What are the angles? You know, an angle is where two lines meet. An angle is what? Where two lines meet. An angle is what? Where two lines meet. So you can agree with me that in this particular shape, an angle here meets three times. 1, 2, 3. An angle meets an angle is a place where two lines what meet. So there are three angles here. 1, 2, 3. So the first thing you should know about the triangle is that it has three sides and three angles. Okay? Now, there are different classifications of triangle. Now, there is classification of triangle according to sides, and there is classification of triangle according to what? Angle. What did I say? There is classification of triangle, or there are types of triangle according to what? Types. According to sides, pardon me. And there are types of angle according to what? Angles. Alright? The number of angles they have. How many angles does this particular triangle have? That is what we are trying to talk about. So there are times you classify angles based on the number of sides they have and based on the number of angles they have. Now, if you are talking about triangles, in the number of sides they have, you have equilateral triangle. I'm sure you've heard of that. Scalene triangle and isosceles triangle. Am I communicating? When you're trying to talk about the types of triangle according to sides, you have what? Equilateral triangle, scalene triangle, and isosceles what? Triangle. But that is not what we're talking about today. Today we're looking at angles. We're looking at triangles according to what? Angles. We're looking at, what did I say? We're looking at triangles according to what? What did I say? Did I say we're looking at triangles according to sides or according to what? Angles. We're looking at triangles according to what? Angles. For today, alright? So, now, according to angles, triangles are classified as number 1, acute angle triangle. Now, an acute angle is an acute angle triangle is an angle that is less than what? 90 degrees. Now, in case you don't know what 90 degrees is, this is your 90 degrees. Am I communicating? This is what? Your 90 degrees. So we are telling you that anytime a triangle is less than 90 degrees, for example, if it is something like this, no. Let's first of all draw it like this. This is a right angle, okay? Then now draw something like this. If it is anything less than this, anything within here, from here inside, if If it is less than 90, it's called what? An acute angle triangle. I'm going to ask you your assignment. Then the second one is a right angle triangle, which is the one I'm talking about today. A right angle triangle is a triangle that has a right angle known as what? 90 degrees. Anytime you talk about right angle triangle, this is it. A right angle triangle is 90 degrees. This is the right angle triangle. In case you don't know. So once you hear right angle triangle, this is what should come to your mind. Now, it does not end here. There is also obtuse angle triangle. Sometimes they will not write 90 for you, but once you see this square shape, the truth is that there are different types of right 90 degrees in our environment. For example, do you know that this board here is 90 degrees because that's a square corner? Do you know that this place too is what? 90 degrees here. Even down here too is 90 degrees, and down here too is what? 90 degrees. Anytime you are holding any object, for this book for example now, here is what? Here is what? 90 degrees. Any place we have a square corner is what? 90 degrees. So we call it right angle triangle because it has a right angle called what? 90 degrees. So get that into your head. Okay? Am I communicating? Yes. So let's proceed. Okay? So now let's talk about this. So I now drew right angle triangle here. This is it. Now, another thing I want us to talk about today is what? Area of what? Right angle triangle. Now, for triangles, all their areas are the same. Now, another thing again I want to make us understand is this. Apart from this place now is always called what? Base. And this place is called what? Height. Am I communicating? The down part is called the base, and what? Here, the long side is called what? Height. So this forms the basis of your formula. The formula of finding area of a triangle is what? Half times base times what? Height. Am I communicating? So anytime you want to find area of a triangle, you use what? Half times base times height. But sometimes they can be tricky. Sometimes they can ask you to find base or find height. So I told you that if they are asking you to find the base of a triangle, excuse me, if they say to find the base of a triangle, the formula to use is what? 2 times A over H. Now this 2 times A over H simply means 2 times area over height. Am I communicating? 2 times A over H means what? 2 times area over what? Height. Now, if they say to find the height, it's the same thing. 2 times area over what? Base. That is the formula. Because in most external exams, let me tell you the truth, you don't usually ask students to find area of a triangle anymore. They will ask you to find the one that they know will be hard for you. And the one that they know will be hard for you is what? They will give you the area, tell you to find the base or find the height. And then students will be scratching that. You know, that's why I said at the beginning of the class, I advised you, I said, listen, wait, though. The one we know about triangle, as far as I'm concerned, for majority of us, that the formula for finding a triangle is what? Half times base times height. But some of us don't know that apart from finding that area of a triangle, sometimes they can ask you to find what? Base or height. So if they now ask you to find base or height, what do you do? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And that is the part I was driving at today. The part I was even driving at today is even to teach you how to find that base and to find out what? Height. And now I have given you the formula. To find the base is 2 times area over height. To find the height is 2 times area over base. So apart from you knowing area of a triangle is half times base times height, you have to also know that to find the base is 2 times area over height. And to find the height is 2 times area over base. So in triangle now, you are not supposed to know only one formula, you are supposed to know 3 formulas. Sometimes they can ask you to find base and height, and that is the point I was trying to make. Now let us solve our example. Alright? So, they say find the area of a triangle with base 12 cm and height 9 cm. We already know that the area of a triangle is what? Half base times height. Abi? So from this question now, the base is what? 12. And the height is what? 9 cm. So what we are going to do now that we are going to put this formula inside, this number inside here. So we are going to have 1 over 2 times 12 times 9 over 1. Hope you understand what I did. This base that is 12 and this height that is 9. I put it inside here. Base is 12, I put 12. Height is 9, I put 9. Do you understand? So solve. 2 here 1, 2 here is what? 4. Now 4 times 9 is what? 36 centimeters squared. Or just 36 centimeters. Let me write it here so that we can see it. 36 what? Centimeters. Really what? Simple. Isn't it? Isn't it? Of course. It's 36 centimeters squared. Now number 2. We are finding area, which is what everybody knows. They said find the area of a triangle with base 24 centimeters. So the area is always important for you to write it out. Area of a triangle is what? This is a triangle. Is half base times what? Height. So now from the question, the base is what? 24 centimeters. And the height is what? 6 centimeters. Am I communicating? Now you now put this thing inside this formula. We're going to have 1 over 2 times 24 over 1 times 6 over 1. Now, 2 here is 1, 2 here is what? 12. Are you with me? Now, I want to look at it. If you have any question, you ask me. If you have any question, so it's clear. So that means I should continue a bit. So 12 times 6 is what? 72 centimeters squared. Now this is for finding the straightforward what? Area. Whether it's a right angle triangle or I just wrote this right angle triangle to bring out a point. I wrote it to do what? Bring out a point that anytime you see this thing, it means 90 degrees. That's the point I'm trying to bring out. Anytime you see this, it means what? 90 what? Degrees. So once the right angle triangle is what? 90 what? Degrees. Now let's look at the third question. The third question in finding base of a triangle. They said the area of a triangle is 56 meters squared. If the height is 8 meters, find the base. What is the question? The area of what? A triangle. Now, first of all, let's write the area. The area is what? 56 meters squared. Now, the height is 8 meters. And the base is what? We don't know. So what are we looking for? We're looking for base. So what is wrong with finding base of a triangle? Base of a triangle is what? 2 times area over what? Height. So now we can have like 2 times the area is what? 56 over what? 8. So let's do 56 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry 1. 2 times 5, 10 plus 1. Let's do it again, in case you are not following. 56 times 2. 2 times 6, 12. Right to carry 1. 2 times 5, 10 plus 1, 11. That is what? 112 over what? 8. Right? We now bring it down to the lowest. 1 can divide 2. 2 in 8 is 4. 2 in 11 is 5, remainder 1. 2 in 12 is 6, right? What can divide 2? 2 in 4, 2. 2 in 5 is 2, remainder 1. 2 in 16 is what? 8, right? What can divide 2? 2 here 1, 2 here is what? 14. So you can say that the answer is what? 14 meters. The base is what? 14 meters. Now sometimes if you want to cross check, what you just do is you just come here straight forward and do what? Put this thing inside what? You put it inside half base times height. Now you put the base as 14, put the height as 8. If you solve it and get 6 meters, you know you are what? Correct. Hope I'm making sense. So once you're able to just know the formula, put everything you have inside the formula and then just solve the normal way. Now the last question here we have is talking about height of a triangle. They said to find the height is 2 times 3. So let's go write this here. The height of a triangle is 2 times area over what? Base. So we can first of all let us write out the data or the what? Information. So what this simply means now is that from this question now the height we don't know. They gave us area. Area is what? 18 centimeters squared. The base is 9 centimeters. They say we find the height. You see where I'm writing it out. These are ways you have to write it out most times for you to have a clearer picture. Now, let's not forget our formula. Our formula is what? 2 times area over what? Base. That is 2 times A, which is what? 18 over base, which is what? 9. Right? So we solve 18 times 2, 2 times 8, 16, carry 1, 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. So that is what? 2 times 18 is what? 36 over what? 9. So now, we reach the lowest term, or we divide. What can divide? 3. I always like starting from the smaller number. 3 in 9 is 3. 3 in 3 is 1. 3 in 6 is 2. Right? So 3 here is 1. 3 here is what? 4. So we can establish the answer is what? 4 centimeters. So that means your height is what? 4 centimeters. I was paying more attention to this because I know that this is where a lot of students will have issues. Give them area of a triangle to solve. They will do it with ease. With so much ease and solve the answer. But tell them to find the height. If it's a child that doesn't really know the formula, they get to start being confused. So the first thing, and like I said at the beginning of the class, triangle is not one of those topics we say it ends in primary or elementary school. Okay? Triangle extends all the way to the end, even down to your university level. Yes. Yes, so you have to, for those ones to be easy for you, you have to make sure that you understand these ones 100%. 100% understanding of these ones will so much help your journey when you get there. Alright? So that it's not, because then they won't be teaching you area of a triangle. Trust me, they won't. In your advanced educational classes, like your high school or whatever, they won't be teaching you area of a triangle. They won't be teaching you Pythagoras theorem. They will just go straight to business and tell you, and then something they will solve. If you cannot recall that when you were learning this area of a triangle, this is how they got the answer, you just be confused. So in order that we will not be confused, we need to take this thing seriously. You can rewatch this video again for you to have a proper understanding. But like I said, pay more attention to base of a triangle and height of a triangle. What we did was area of a triangle, but the reason why I put this right angle triangle is because I wanted to talk about the classification of triangles according to angles. Most of us are familiar with classification of triangle according to sides, where we have equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. But in this case now, we want to talk about the classification according to what? According to the what? According to the angles. And I said any place you have any square corner, it is what? A right angle. But in this case now, triangles also have a right angle. And that's exactly what we have here. So, I hope you enjoyed today's class. Oh, of course I did. Thank you for listening. Keep watching, keep learning. Don't forget to stay safe. And secondly, let me say another thing that's important again. You know, I said, you guys are enjoying the videos, I know, you don't have to tell me. Also, you can share them with your friends. Alright? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about this channel, tell your cousins, you know, your relatives, tell them about it. For those that are still in the same academic calendar with you, let them subscribe, let them like, you know, let the video go around so that people can learn. Yes, until our government decides to open the schools. Just say. So please write your notes and prepare for your classwork. See you in the next class. Thank you. Bye-bye.